There we go. I think I've managed to fix it. Yay. Might play around with the settings for myself. That's not the settings. Where's the audio? About like so. Okay. Now that that's all sorted, I've done this so many times at this point. It's the start of an Astroneer world as an old friend of mine, basically. A friend of mine originally got me the game, and I remember playing it with him for the first time, and it was so, it was really confusing. I was definitely not sure what was going on at any point. But now that I have kind of a better idea of what I'm doing, it's definitely a lot more fun. So if we zoom out here, I do see something over here that I think I can get away with snagging. I'm not seeing any immediately visible resin or compound. Oh, never mind. I'm just not looking. No, wait. What do I need? Oh. Resourcing is gather compound. So one cool... Oh, wait. I can't do that yet. Oh, yeah, that would help. So, if I get that out and come over here, ta-da, like magic, but you know, cooler, I think. So if I just kind of do this, and I was talking to someone that I was playing with about this, and the best guess as to why the flatten tool will just get the resource nodes right away is because it is trying to clear space for that platform that you're trying to build. I do like that you have to actually like use the mouse button to turn and like angle your view. I think that's a very nice feature, especially with how much you end up moving your mouse around while during just regular gameplay. Like you end up just tossing your camera around while you're trying to use your mouse to do what you're actually trying to do. I'm going to just drop those there. It's the easiest place to put them, I think. So, alright, I should probably head over to my landing pad here. And landfilling. So resourcing is, I need one more resin. I think I see some over there, but I'm going to just head back over here. I think I see some here, and if I just... And I'll also get some organic for that, which is helpful. Yay. Okay. Plus it's slightly less destructive than just regularly digging. Okay, so you don't get an oxygenator, and I didn't lose it in my last playthrough. Fantastic. Okay, very good news. Excellent news, even. No. This side. Thank you. And then I'm already going to start working on an actual storage system because it bugs me every time that I just never do a proper storage system. I always end up just tossing everything on the ground. Okay. So we need some flat space out this way. And production is always, like, figuring out where I want to do production is the worst part. Because, like, even when I've been, doing things that require that I have a better grip on organization, I've never been especially good at figuring that out. So kind of having my hand forced by trying to do it neatly for the camera is going to be helpful in the long run, but oh boy, am I going to be mad about it. But, you know, do it mad, I guess. You know, being mad about it's not going to make it any less, well, necessary is a strong word, but, like, it's not going to be any less done no matter what mood I do it in. So, and now let's do myself a favor. Snag some air. Yay. Research is going to be slow going at first, but I do know where I want to go to fix the whole research situation. But that's gonna be a minute, I guess. So, there's our medium printer. Ignore the fact that it's floating, that's not important. Oh wait, hold on. So, with this, there we go. And now I don't have to have an extra large platform A floating around that I don't even really want. So, the next thing I'm going to be doing is getting my compound onto my storage, as well as that lone piece of resin, just the one, and an extra thing of tethers. Always good to have. Waiting for things to print in the early game is always so boring because you never really have much else to do. I'm gonna just venture off real quick and see what I can find, because there might... oh. Well, there wasn't this time. I was hoping there was going to be, like, an abandoned backpack of some sort or something like that. Okay, so now from here, probably going to need 3 compound, I'm thinking. And I can get that made. Powerful problems for science. Smelteringly hot. Retooling, lights in the distance, of course, and exo cares. However, for right now, we are actually not going to worry about exo cares. Any and all scrap we get is going to be going directly into funding further exploration. I'm going to have to jump down there, I can already tell, but that is a problem for future me. Okay, so printer. So for the smelting furnace, oh wait, that's actually a large platform B, and that's quite useful actually. Okay, so scoot that, rotate. I think it is there. Okay. And let's also get the soil centrifuge. Oh wait, no, we already get that. Beans. I'm going to ignore it anyway. Tethers are very useful. Not strictly for oxygen, especially in like after you get the ability to just kind of ignore the need for air. But because I get lost so easily, like the caves can be so disorienting. Always need more compound. If you ever say someone has enough compound, they've never once played Astroneer for reals. There's never enough compound. There's enough compound for this trip, but that is a short-sighted statement and will never be truly true. I have never once had enough compound. I'm kind of wondering what my old worlds look like, because I have quite a few of them that I've just kind of forgotten where I was and like what my goals were. It would be interesting to see. Oh wait, I can put tethers. I don't have to live like this. The tethers aren't always cute like this, but I love when they are. I think I first started playing during a winter holiday kind of event. So they were all Christmas light bulbs, which was delightful. It was very fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Oh shoot, what were some other ones that I've seen? I really like when they're colors, like when the different tethers are colors, especially when they alternate or like change colors around. It's a shame I don't have wind power yet. That would really make this go a lot faster. As it is, see what all I can make. Oh. Oh, neat, battery. Yes. Very, very good news. So this is also going to be our power grid until I fix that whole situation. There we go. Okay, so for right now, let's see what else we need to do for this. Beacons, wonderful. Take a bite. Battery backup, which, yeah, that just completed. Smelteringly hot. So I think I'm going to work on smelteringly hot next, which means I yearn for the mines. So my favorite method for going down is to find a good angle and then just use this tool to just kind of angle myself down. And that generally makes really usable paths that I can then use for other things later. I used to try to dig them out manually, but they were so hard to navigate on like tractors and the like. So now I go for really wide, flat paths, so later on I can take a tractor down or I can set up more transport. Step 1, build the path. Step 2, make it wide. Step 3, make it taller. Unexpectedly useful. Oh wait, I'm out of tethers. And over there we see another resource that I very rarely have enough of. For right now I'm going to manually scan them because it costs less. A lot of stuff that is technically more efficient is more resource intensive and thus really isn't worth it in the early game. Like if I scan one of those small samples in the research chamber, technically I get more for it. I get more resources. Overall it should be better, but because my power production is just atrocious, like all of my power should be going into actually powering, like, building my base. Okay, so let's put away my drill, and let's go run him back up. Another thing that I've found is that I can just entirely skip the um, the early game. Something is off about my mic. It was using the wrong microphone. You couldn't hear me this whole time. Rude. It's fixed now, though, I think. Okay, so handy way to do it. And then another thing that I should be doing, I think, is kind of working on exploring. Because there's a pretty good chance that somewhere nearby is some wreckage with some wind power to it. Or more sun power, but like, more importantly, wind. Yeah, it looks like here. You see a small wind turbine. You can go back to where you came from. For now, I'll go collecting it later. I kind of enjoy figuring out how long I can go away from my tethers. It is admittedly kind of fun. And I think it's going to be here. Yep, smelting furnace. Okay, I need resin. So we should head back this way. I should have thought about that while I was over there. And then I'll just keep those on hand. So, refine aluminum from laterite. Is there anything else I can do along the way? No, not really. Okay, so I've always had a little longer than I thought I did when I was away from my tethers. And I used to play it really, like, I used to ensure that I always had a trail of tethers, like, less than an inch behind me. Stretched out as far as I could make them, yeah, but still, just very, very, just a very, what are the words that I'm trying to figure? Well, more importantly, at this point I've found that I can wait a little longer than I would have been comfortable with in the past, to connect to a tether. Definitely not going to be playing fast and loose with it, but I can be a little bit less tense than I used to be. I don't have to be as nervous.
Waiting is the least fun part. Let's just go ahead and pop that on there. And while I wait, I can actually set this small printer to make some medium storage, which is surprisingly useful for when you are refining in the smelter. So I'm also going to go ahead and head out there to get more resin, that's the word. More resin. Everyone I've ever played with comments on how it looks like macaroni. And like, they're right. But I don't want to be any hungrier than I already am when I play Astroneer. This game is very bright and colorful, and it kind of puts me in a snacking mood. There we go. And we can take that first storage, put it on one side. Second storage can go on the other. And right now we're going to be needing a lot of aluminum. So let's go ahead and get the organic that we've gotten. Use that to generate some power for us. Nice. And this is no longer going to be our storage for right now. But it's going to be our tiny power grid. Although I want the power grid to be a little more disconnected from the area. So let's look at our mission log here. Bait and switch, so we need sphalerite, which will get us zinc. Great news. That's just going to sit there for the time being. Let's see what we can do with this so far. Oh, yeah, kind of helps if you've researched literally anything. I don't need those yet. I don't need that yet either. Let's research medium platform 2. Let's research medium generators, so we have to save up a little bit for that. But that will be very useful soon. But let's see what about the small power generation. So that will be small solar, small wind. Let's prioritize small wind, and then if we can, small solar. Yeah, that works. So that will get us bytes in the background, which we can then use to get more stuff. In the meantime, let's store some stuff. So let's drop that there. These over here. Actually, I think this is what I need to make another canister. Yeah, I'm gonna make another canister for now. I'm gonna stick that to my gun as well. Well, I say gun, it's... Sorry, my cat just stuck her head right into my face. Alright, so let's also get another pack of tethers. Oh, I walked right by that because of you, Craig. Whee. Okay. So if we head this way, there's no sphalerite. That up there is compound. But we can kind of explore from there. Oh. And I'm just going to explore in this top layer of caves for now. I think that would just be easier to manage, to not get lost. Excuse you. That looks to be more compound. Let's see if we can go through and around like this way. Yeah. And we can deal with some pop coral. Definitely my favorite plant. Has definitely not caused any trouble for me ever. Anyone who says that this plant does cause trouble is definitely totally wrong, totally, and should not be trusted. Jokes aside, pop coral is the worst. Oh wait, I could probably research that though. I don't want to, but research is research. You know, a couple bites are a couple bites. Plus, I don't want that clogging up my backpack. That tends to happen all the time. Hup. Okay. Let's just take these off for now. I'm gonna just leave these medium slots open too. The size differences of the slots is important to keep in mind because they will, like when you are looking at the different platforms, how many of each slot it has is important. And how many small slots you can cram onto a medium slot is definitely something to consider. Like the small storage and the silo, which is basically just a large tube filled with more spaces to put things. Both take up a medium slot. And when you're thinking about storage, especially if you're looking at, say, your what is the word? What is the word? When you're looking at your smelter, um, finding out what you can cram into the large platform B that I tend to use for it has definitely changed a lot of my planning for what I research in future runs. Now, pop coral, you don't really have to worry. There, nope, nope, nope. We're not friends. We're not friends. However, rude. Oh. We're going to run back real quick. And we are actually going to grab two things. First thing I'm grabbing is going to be a little bit of compound to make another pack of tethers. But then we're also going to run back this way, because there's some laterite. And if you look, when I hover my icon over some resources, it'll tell you what resource it is. There's some laterite. Okay, so that's finished scanning, and it's also going to scan those 4 seeds that I dropped in. And those won't take as long to research. But because we're searching for bites especially, these are I do dislike when it changes my camera view. It's very disorienting. Let's dig on this side to kind of angle that up. Perfect. And now it is debris I can move around. Oh my goodness, there is so much hispane here. Let's get back so I can dig this up. And then I'm going to need a ton of zinc anyway. So while I'm here, I'm just going to... So the 2 things I'm going to rush for are going to be iron and lithium. Iron because there is a really specific storage platform that I would very much like to have, and also because that just helps with advancement. The planet that I tend to go to for that has a lot of really valuable research stuff that is maybe not like super out in the open, but it's easier to get early game than a lot of the other stuff I see. Oh wait, no, I need to go this way. No, I don't. What was I thinking? Please, let me out. I would like to leave. I say the same thing at parties. Okay. So actually, let's collect this, because, yep, there it is. another really disorienting thing to look at. The horrible cat animal has decided to get quite comfortable where she is. So I'm going to put that there. And I'll just build around that. Oh my goodness! That definitely didn't happen. No one saw anything. Let's grab that zinc. Let's scoot that aluminum. Let's run back to my oxygen real quick, please. So this is going to have its own layer. I don't know what's falling forever, but that is going to very much be a nuisance, I think. So I think I got at least the research for power extenders earlier. So that's something I'll have to poke my nose into. Yeah, the tractor's going to be pretty crucial to our continued exploration, I think. Let's see what we can research with what we've got so far. So we go to the medium printer, or small printer. And let's get us a medium generator. Oh, that's copper, which we're going to find in the mountains. So my drill's not going to like this very much, but this isn't about my drill. Oh, I forgot to drop all my stuff off. That would probably help. Oh my goodness, I'm so fast. Look at me go. Example A of never too much excuse you and you. There is there is never, ever too much compound. And anyone who says such a thing is real should not be trusted to build a base. It's not pretty, but it will get me there. And slow and done is better than not done at all. Oh, hey, there's clay over there, too. I don't have the space for it, though. Well, I have the space for one more copper, maybe. Well, it's not copper yet, but it will be. It will be. Well, if I do my job right, it will be. And then... okay, yeah. Now let's get rockin', tactfully avoiding any and all dangerous plants, because I'm cool like that. The terrain here is always so colorful. Whee! Let's just pop that in there real quick. then find out what we need to make. One aluminum, one tungsten, so we're going to have to do space travel for that one. Oh! My alarm's going off. And my cat immediately sunk her claws into my leg because she is really cool like that. She is incredibly, incredibly spoiled. As cats should be, I think. You know, what are you gonna do about it? It's a cat. It's not like cat's going to be throwing a tantrum in public or whatever. She's a cat. She stays home. She, like, stares at me or screams at my door while I'm trying to sleep, which is objectively not the worst thing she could be doing. Spoiled cat is just a normal cat, probably. Waiting on this stuff to cook is boring, so I'm going back into the mountains. Because I can never find clay. But this time it's right there. Let's cross over the little bridge I made. And then kind of dig this way a little, to give us a little more of a passage. Oh. Oh. Wonderful, wonderful. 2 of them? Neat. Aren't I lucky? So I guess I'm not going to worry about wind power for now. I might actually use the soil centrifuge in this playthrough. I usually avoid it because it feels cheap. But I could also just go dig out a tunnel or something and have 3 canisters on my drill, and then I don't have to worry about it because I have 3 canisters. And I can just fill a large canister with dirt, and then I don't have to worry about the soil centrifuge at all. It's just free clay or what have you. Let's just make that real quick. Let us also run over here. Oh, let's not ruin my tether trail over here. let's just go ahead and make a small battery. Pop that onto there. And we can use that copper to make power extenders. Let's just drop this stuff on the ground, put that up at the top. What is causing a fuss over here? This doesn't need to be a whole production. I've never actually seen behind this thing. I might have to just turn off the sound effects when I'm around here because that is going to get so very old. Oh my goodness, did I finally fix it? The most satisfying thing about the power is not the complexity of the power system, but the complexity of getting these plugs to work together like they should. Right, I promise that the music isn't as creepy as it sounds. I know. Just let me get away with it. 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 Because I'm so cool. I should be allowed to get away with it, please, just this once. Because I'm so cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so lucky. I am also running for my tethers. Please, 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 let me get away with it. 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 Please, 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 please. Yes! I will be putting down tethers next time, though, because that was stressful. So next step is going to have to be a real power network, because this is not going to fly. Also a real storage network. So I'm thinking, power this way. I can afford to be a little more disconnected from my power grid once I get it built. So either this way or toward the research lab. I cannot afford to be further away from my production lines because those need babying constantly and never work right. You know, as is tradition. Oh, Craig, don't lay on that. Darling girl. Okay. Well, it appears Craig has commandeered my keyboard, and it will not be very usable for the foreseeable future. Hello. But I can still use half of it, so... Oh. That doesn't mean you can push it in. Horrible cat. Let's go grab... Well, let's grab a research sample and put that onto the research stand. Craig, don't push the drawer in. The little snail song is very much stuck in my head. Cat, can you not? You cannot see what she is doing, but it does appear that my cat has, decided that my keyboard does not need to be out in order for me to use it. And she is slowly pushing it into my desk. Actually, she is very quickly pushing it into my desk. Oh. A lot of the time I'll end up playing just in very, very intense silence. Because once I start getting like really into the game, I'll just start silently planning every single aspect of my base. I'm like, oh, this is going to need to go here, and oh, I'll need to do this to make production of this more efficient. And oh, I'll have to... appear to have hurled a couple of tethers. the nice thing about Silva is that you don't really have to worry as much about what power you have more of. With other planets, it's a lot more crucial that you know what goes into each power grid. Like, oh, I'm on Glacio, I need to focus on wind. Oh, I'm on Atrox, so I need to worry about having a lot of backups because everything is intermittent. Oh, I'm on Calidor, so massive solar grid would do me some good. Stuff like that. It very, very, very quickly becomes more complex than initially anticipated. Yeah, power grid this way. So this is going to be another part of my power grid. So these can go on it, as can this, as can this, and this. And eventually this is all going to be filled with other stuff. I can pack that with other stuff later. For now, this Alright. So I think this is a good start, and I think this is a good place to stop for the night. Yeah.